Hey guys, I'm Dov, and today I'm back with more Total War Warhammer 2 online action. Apologies guys, I didn't get a video out yesterday. Decided to take the day off as I was absolutely shattered from a long weekend of work, and just decided to take the day off, hang out with my family, my siblings, and everything. So yeah, we're going to be back at it today with some more Total War Warhammer 2 online action. You can see these are not dwarves, although they are in a very beautiful defensive geometry here. We're going to be taking a look at a replay submitted by the Vampire Counts player up against this beautiful High Elf box here. So let's go ahead and have a look at the builds. We've got Lariel leading the way with some White Lions, Spearmen, and 3 units of Sisters of Avalorn, including the Everqueen's Court Guards, as well as a Star Dragon, making up the High Elf box, and that's it. For the Elves, for the Vampire Counts, we've got Dire Pack, we've got Skeleton Spearmen, a single black coach, which I'm a big fan of in this matchup, great at disrupting enemy missile lines. We've also got the Red Duke up in the air, a unit of Blood Knights, a couple Fellbats, and a Terrorgeist. We've got Skeleton Spearmen, Stearnsmen, more Graveguard with great weapons. Yeah, pretty solid build. So you can see here the Red Duke's coming forward to kind of do some harass, dodge some of those shots, and you can see the light show very inaccurate, all things considered, because the Red Duke is moving around so much. The Sisters of Avalorn not really able to get a specific bead. He is well out of range as well, so those few shots there falling a bit short. But yeah, we'll see. I have seen a few people try and do this sort of tactic against the Vampire Counts, with varying degrees of success. We'll see how well this build does in particular here, but Alariel, obviously, with their heavy healing, can help keep a lot of these units in this kind of Death Star alive, but we'll see. The High Elf player continuing to push forward here, try and get some targets in range, and oh man, Red Duke's going to have to be careful. If he gets hit by some of these volleys, that'll do a ton of damage. He does manage to dodge most of the shots. A few of them do make solid contact, but oh man, this is dangerous. Yep, he needs to get out of the range of them. With this Tempest active, he'll be, of course, very slow. A lot of those hits will be able to come in. Looks like Alariel herself coming in. Star Dragon Breath. Oh, does make a little bit of contact there. Not the most damage in the world, but Red Duke definitely taking a pounding at this point. You can see the Terrorgeist is going to make its way over. And in this situation, when someone's... I won't call it a new box. Let's say defensive geometry. When someone forms up this kind of defensive geometry against you, the best thing that you can do is exactly what I believe this is Reginald Puddington that submitted this one, is doing right here, which is to get a full surround. You can see he's just about got units on every side here. Now he's going to be moving in and targeting units which don't have charge defense. You can see Invocation of the Heck going down on the Red Duke there. The Black Coach coming in. And of course, these White Lions aren't going to be able to hold back the mass of the Black Coach. It should be able to just punch straight through and get into the back of the box. And indeed it does. So then it can immediately start running through these Sisters of Avalorn, just disrupting this entire pocket here. And this is one of the main reasons why I love to bring Black Coaches, especially in this matchup. You can see the Star Dragon's making its way over. It's going to come down and try and hit the Black Coach. Probably will do a ton of damage initially, but the Bats come down as well. Blood Knights charging into the White Lions, also just charging them straight in the face, doing a ton of damage here. You can see the Everqueen's Court Guards are able to fire a little bit on the Terrorgeist there, but it also comes down and starts to disrupt. Another Tempest goes down on the Red Duke. He's still taking quite a bit of damage there. Alariel is looking like she's going to go after him in melee, which is potentially pretty dangerous. But meanwhile, the full box surround is underway. You can see the Black Coach, the Terrorgeist, pulling up and out. The Star Dragon's going to get hooked on the Terrorgeist a little bit here, and that does mean the Blood Knights are going to be able to go ahead and turn around and re-engage, get a really nice charge in here and do a ton of damage to that Star Dragon. You can see Lariel dropping that Star of Avalorn there, healing the Star Dragon, quite a few other units in this pocket, so trying to keep her forces online. The Red Duke has taken quite a bit of damage, so all things considered, at the end of the day, the balance power is still very even, but looks like Zombie Summons in the back line continuing to... Nope, looks like it must have been canceled there for that Invocation of the Heck, but did manage to catch himself and the Blood Knights there, as well as the Terrorgeist, so all the high-value targets. Very good stuff. But yeah, the Red Duke having to run from Alariel at this point. You wouldn't really expect him to have to run from her, because she's not really a combat character, but yeah. Just because of the Tempest and the other abilities there, it makes her very, very tough to deal with. You can see the Black Coach cutting in, getting some really good damage done. The Terrorgeist is taking a little bit of a beating from the Star Dragon, though, so not the best. Now it looks like Zombie Summon's clogging up the backline here properly. And yeah, it's going to be tough for the High Elves to secure these Sisters of Avalorn at this point, and there's 3 units of Sisters of Avalorn here, which is a major, major investment. Definitely a lot of funds used there. You can see Earthblood going down from Alariel, going to heal the Star Dragon and a bunch of other units here. Star Dragon's also getting Phos Protection just to give a bit more melee defense and armor, so that's pretty decent. The Blood Knights continuing to charge in at any vulnerable targets here. You can see there's White Lions and Sisters of Avalorn over here. Another very nice invocation of the Heck as well, catching a ton of these units here. Fortunately, the Red Duke is at his healing cap, and we do have a unit of Sisters of Avalorn online. You can see the Black Coach punching through, making sure to try and disrupt them. The Star Dragon tries to follow up and take down the Black Coach, but then, of course, we get the Terrorgeist coming in here. It actually looks like it's targeting Alariel at the moment, getting some pretty good damage done. Another Zombie Summon continuing to bog down Sisters of Avalorn, and kind of going back to my discussion the other day about Skirmish Cav versus Skirmish Infantry. This is another replay that kind of goes to show why Skirmish Cav is so much better than Skirmish Infantry, especially against the vampire counts, because of the zombie summons, their mobility. Black Coaches can punch straight through your front line and get into your second line. Excellent showcase of chariots there, how they can be used to disrupt traditional missile units. Just in general, the vampire counts are going to be one of the best factions at taking down, or at least shutting down, infantry skirmishers, not allowing them to be effective. So yeah, you can see the Red Duke now at this point going to get a very nice dive in here, get a good rear attack on Alariel. She's going to drop the Star of Avalorn to make sure she keeps herself healed up. But at this point, things are looking pretty decent. Balance power starting to turn for the vampire counts as a lot of units start to get routed off. The Star Dragon also taking quite a bit of damage at this point. Looks like another zombie summon just continuing to keep things bogged down. And the Star Dragon does get a couple of attacks on the Red Duke here. He's trying to pull away, trying to get back up in the air. Looks like he should be able to, but we'll see. I believe the Blood Knights are still online. Yep, Blood Knights still online, so they could potentially come in here, get a good situation with the Star Dragon. But Red Duke down to only less than 1,000 HP, about 600 HP. But the Terrorgeist comes over, starts to lay a good beating there, and the Star Dragon one-on-one would do great against the Terrorgeist, but because the Black Coach is here, distracting some of those attack animations, it wasn't attacking the Terrorgeist directly. Looks like one more Phos Protection from Alariel there, trying to keep the Star Dragon online. Just in terms of an overarching look at the battle, you can see none of these missile units have really been able to fire a whole lot. I mean, of course I say that. They somehow have used up about half of their ammunition, so that's pretty impressive at the end of the day, but just haven't done that many damage to the high-value targets like they needed to. Black Coach going to be going ahead and re-engaging here. Is it charging the Star Dragon? But Terrorgeist's breath there does quite a bit of damage to the Star Dragon. Probably going to see the Terrorgeist charge down in here soon. The Blood Knights also following up, trying to take down the Sisters here. And, of course, Alariel herself. Oh, man. Black Coach is going to have to be careful. It's taking some nasty hits here. But the Terrorgeist comes down, and all of a sudden, the Star Dragon going to be taking a lot of damage, and the High Elf player chooses to admit defeat at this point. They probably could have waited a little bit longer, but bounce power wasn't looking great, and with the loss of that Star Dragon, it was going to be pretty much game over at that point on. So, well played to Reginald Puckington and his opponent there. Thanks for submitting that one. And again, another kind of showcase why, even with a defensive geometry and trying to protect your missile units, investing everything just about in protecting your missile units, is still very easy for the vampire counts to compromise them and just keep them from firing effectively. You can see 99 kills on the Blood Knights, 3 XP chevrons, 3 XP chevrons on the Black Coach as well, able to rack up 59 kills. The Graveguard with great weapons did quite well, the Terrorgeist did quite well. So yeah, I understand kind of where this High Elf player was going. Personally, I would have probably changed a few things in terms of boxing up like that. Like I would probably, first of all, yeah, let's go ahead and just take a look here. High Elves. So, Alariel definitely pretty solid against the vampire counts with the kit she had. Let's see, it was, what, Tempest, Earthblood, and Phos Protection. Not too bad. And, yep, she's up on the Eagle. You'll also want the Star of Avalorn, of course, and Shield of Stone of Isha is probably a good idea. And then, yeah, in terms of other units, rather than going with the very heavy Sisters of Avalorn, we're only going to take the 1, and instead grab 2 units of archers. We'll definitely grab the 5 units of spearmen, including the Regiment of Renown. And we are going to want a little bit of mobility, so I'm going to grab some... You know what, actually, we're going to cut these archers and the Everqueen's Court Guards on second thought, and I'm just going to bring some Reaver archers. These guys, of course, have the mobility to try and get away from zombie summons and things like that. They also have pretty solid range still, can do good damage to key targets. Not obviously going to do quite as much as the Everqueen's Court Guards, but the Star Dragon's not too bad in this matchup. It is a pretty expensive piece, so it's going to prevent you from really going too wide. There is an argument to be made there that you should try and take something else, but certainly if you can keep the Star Dragon alive, it will do a lot of damage in this matchup. In terms of what the rest you can bring, it's really just kind of depends. But 1850 for the Fireborn would make this army a little bit smaller than what I'm comfortable with. So maybe because we're taking Alariel, we could even come in here. In fact, I would say it might be better rather than taking the Star Dragon. I mean, obviously you lose out on the breaths and stuff, but if we take the Avalorn faction, then we have access to some tree units, which are very, very good against the vampire counts. In particular, the Tree Man. I might grab one of these guys. I know it's a little bit more expensive than what you can bring as the Wood Elves, but the Tree Men are very good against the vampire counts for a nice defensive strategy. So, yeah, now especially now that they have armor piercing, I would definitely recommend one of these guys in this matchup. So we'll do that. We'll grab the Reaver Archers like we did before. And then we could do some Dryads as well, just to help clear through some chaff. About 900 points left, so maybe we cut these Scions of Mouthland to a regular Spearman, and that'll allow us to afford the Pure Main Company. They can deal with some... what is it called? Graveguard. They can help sunder the armor so that your non-AP missiles will be more effective against certain high-value targets. So I definitely like the Pure Main Company quite a bit in a number of matchups. Obviously, this would be you wouldn't want to box up quite so much with this build. It would allow you to go a little bit wider in the infantry game and just kind of contest that a little bit more. Granted, I don't know exactly how well this would work. You might want to fine-tune some different things, but just in general, I think the Tree Man could be a good pick here for Avalorn. And yeah, just in general, the infantry skirmishers, especially the very expensive ones like your Sisters of Avalorn, really are going to struggle to be effective in this particular matchup because they're going to be so easy to shut down. But let me know your guys' thoughts in the comments down below. How do you like to go as the High Elves versus the Vampire Counts in this particular matchup? Let me know. If you do like this sort of content, be sure to like, subscribe, hit that bell notification button so every time I upload a new video, you'll be notified. Thanks again for watching, and we'll see you next time.